श्रीराघवम् दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयम् सीतापतिम् रघुकुलान्मयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुम् अरविन्ददलायताक्षम् रामम् निशाचर विनाशकरम् नमामि नमामि नमामि
Ramakatha Rasavahini, Chapter 11, Part 1. Lakshmana goes with Rama. Within the palace, Rama's companions, elated and happy, ready with bright countenance and splendid robes, were waiting to accompany him to the festival hall. Sumantra went into the apartments that lay still deeper inside the palace. There he saw Rama seated on a golden cot, scattering divine light around him, and Sita standing by his side, gently fanning him. He shone like the moon with the star Chitra. Sumantra in a hurry could not brook delay. Rama, Mother Kaikeyi and your father asked me to bring you quickly to our palace. They sent me here on that mission, and I hurried for that same purpose. Rama turned towards Sita. Sita, this is a sign of some obstacle and nothing else. I am not unaware of this, but I kept silent and said, yes, for everything, so that father might be happy. Father's orders are to be honored, lest he be pained. While Rama was talking in this strain, Sumantra's heart was pounding fast inside him. He was trying to interpret Rama's words and the picture of Dasharatha lying wailing on the floor. He was now convinced that the obstacle Rama spoke of was genuine. But Sita interrupted Rama. Lord, what are you talking about? On this auspicious occasion, you should not speak thus. Whatever the obstacle, father-in-law's words must be honored. If he is content, we are content. For his sake, we must renounce whatever has to be. Don't hesitate even a little, go immediately. We will be equally happy whether the coronation takes place or not. Mother Kaikeyi has inordinate affection towards you. Anything she directs us to do, any order she gives us, will be for our good beyond doubt. No one here on earth is as solicitous for our welfare as Mother Kaikeyi. When father and such a mother sent word that you should hasten toward them, how happy we should be. Sita followed Rama to the main door of the hall and wished him well. Rama told her, Sita, don't I know all this? For me, the days of the past, the days around us and the days yet to come are all the same. I welcome each day with full joy. I am prepared to do anything to uphold father's reputation. I am prepared to go anywhere. I am immensely happy that you share my feeling and second may resolve. Rama moved out, accompanied by Sumantra. When they ascended the chariot waiting on the road in front of the palace, people raised shouts of Jai, Jai, Ramachandra, dear Lord. The acclamation shook the skies. Sumantra announced to the populace, now the chariot is not taking Rama to the coronation hall, but to the emperor. So allow the chariot to go as fast as it should. Rama will return in a few moments, so wait here. Sumantra explained the reason for the hurry and drove in hot haste. As Rama drove along the city streets of Kaikeyi's palace in his divine chariot, those seeing him cheered like lions. Minstrels and courtiers started paeans of praise. The strains of many instruments of music filled the sky. Acclamations of Jai, Jai rose the thick masses of people on both sides of the road. Women in their best clothes and bedecked with jewels thronged the terraces of the houses and filled the windows, eagerly to wave lamps when Rama passed by. As he approached the palace, they showered floral petals and waved sacred lamps. They gazed upon the prince until he passed beyond the reach of the eye. Then they relished with joy the picture of Rama in the chariot that they had imprinted on their hearts, and stood without stirring wherever they are, like idols of themselves, lost in contemplation of the bliss that filled them. The chariot rode into the precincts of Dasharatha's palace, named Vardhamana, and as imposing as Mount Kailas itself. It passed through the 3 quadrangles guarded by vigilant bowmen. Rama alighted from the vehicle and moved through 2 more quadrangles on foot. While walking, he told his companions, even Lakshmana, to stay back, for Rama knew what was about to happen soon. In spite of this, he was acting like a mortal, as naturally as any would under the circumstances. Finally, Rama entered the apartments of the queens and the place where Dasharatha had fallen on the bed. His hair was behavioured, and he was wearing clothes of yesterday. He was lying on the bed without any regard to propriety. Rama was astonished at the spectacle. Kaikeyi was standing by the side of the bed. Dasharatha's face had lost all trace of brightness. He was lamenting and wailing. He raised his head and his eyes fell on Rama. His tongue failed to spell out what he longed to say. Tears streamed from his eyes. Though he tried to speak, no sound came. Rama had never before seen or experienced such a fearful scene. He was filled with anxiety. He hastened to the presence of his father and held both his feet in his hands. "Tell me, father, why do you lament, sir? What's the cause? I will try to confer joy on you in the best manner possible. I will dedicate my very life to restoring your bliss. Tell me what has caused this grief. Don't weep," he pleaded. Dasharatha exclaimed, "Rama!" and broke into tears again. Unable to continue, he lost consciousness. Rama tried to revive and console him, but he fell deeper into grief and could not be pacified. Rama mustered courage and took his father to task. Father, what is all this? You have to instill courage in young people like me. Instead, you are weeping and wailing and filling us with fear. No, this is not right. This is the occasion to be happy. Is it dharma? Is it proper for you to sink into grief? Till this day, whenever you are angry or worried, my coming to you removed in a trice all signs of those troubles and made you beam with spiritual ananda. You used to gain peace when you drew me near, didn't you? How is it, then, the longer you look at me, the more you suffer from sorrow? This too makes my grief more painful. Can't you mention the reason for this strange behavior and bring solace to me? Has any wrong been committed by me? If there is anything I have to do, tell me and I shall do it without fail. I shall correct myself if you tell me my faults. Don't grieve, don't doubt or hesitate. Tell me with the authority of affection what I have to do, and I will bow to the order. Father, your being plunged in grief is not good augury for you, for me as well as for the empire. Rama turned towards Kaikeyi. With folded palms, he asked her, Mother, have I committed any wrong? Tell me who that execrable sinner is who caused such grief to father. The moment father saw me, he used to beckon me lovingly, draw me close to him and fondle me. Now he doesn't even look at me. Why? He doesn't utter a word. He keeps his face turned away from me. If the fault, the crime is mine, I am ready to suffer any punishment to atone for it. It is enough for me if father is happy. Or is he suffering from any illness or disease? Have my brothers sent bad news? They are well, aren't they? Mother Kausalya and Sumitra are well, I hope. I am overcome with grief, since I am unable to understand the reason for father's agony. I will do whatever is needed to bring joy back to him, however hard it may be. However painful, I will discharge his command to the full, most loyally, with bowed head. Whoever is born, the father is the cause of his birth. Therefore, the father is everyone's visible God. I seek nothing higher than his happiness. Have compassion on me. Tell me what happened. Mother, was your self-respect hurt by any incident, resulting in speaking some harsh words against father? Or did my mother act against his will and hurt his feelings? Mother Kausalya would never behave like that. And Sumitra, I am more certain about her. She would not at all act so. And father would certainly not lament so distressingly, even if either of them acted so foolishly. There must be some very serious reason for his plight. If father is reluctant to tell me what it is, at least you can tell me about it and console my grief. Looking at Rama, who was so pathetically praying to her, Kaikeyi gave up all sense of mercy and moderation, all consideration for husband who might be plunged in deeper misery when he heard her words spoken in utter disregard for the calamities they were sure to usher in. She didn't stop to ask whether the words could be uttered or were better left unspoken. She didn't discriminate between the fleeting present and the oncoming future. She brushed aside the claims of love and cast off her own innate dignity and motherly status. Rama, listen. Years ago, during the battle between gods and demons, your father was wounded by demonic arrows and suffered unbearable pain. I nursed him back to health and happiness. He appreciated my sacrifice and service and promised to grant me 2 boons. At the time, the only thing I craved was his recovery and victory. So I replied, I don't desire my boon now. I will ask you for the promised boons when I feel the urge later. Your father said, Right, whenever you like, ask me for 2 boons, and I will certainly grant them and fulfill your desire. These boons have no limit of time and are bound by no condition. Whenever you ask, whatever the boons, I will give them, he vowed. You know that sons of the Ikshvaku line never break their promised word. Putting faith in that well-known fact, I ask now for those two boons. One, that my son Bharata should be crowned emperor, and two, that you should be sent into the Dandaka forest for a period of 14 years. As a result, your father is creating this hubbub. Why elaborate further? I won't modify or withdraw my demands. If your father is an adherent of truth, and if you desire to prove that you too are an adherent of truth, you have to go this very moment to the Dandaka forest, wearing deer skin and matted hair. You have to reside there for 14 years. Since you are his very life breath, he doesn't like to send you into exile. He is reluctant to ask you to go. He apprehends that you may take it amiss. That is the reason for his grief. Rama, no other calamity or deluge has happened. It is meaningless to exaggerate this minor matter and make out that a mountainous catastrophe has landed on us. Rama, the father can be saved from the sin of breaking his word only when his very image, the son, resolves to fulfill the vow he fails to fulfill. Otherwise, if he has vowed and he who is his son both neglect it, then the father has to meet the doom of eternal downfall. You are not unaware of this. Rama was not at all affected by these words, uttered with such deliberate hard-heartedness. With a smile playing on his lips, he replied, For this reason, it is not proper that father should lament. He nodded his head as if to signify his approval of the proposals made by Kaikeyi. But when this conversation fell on his ears, Dasharatha felt as if his heart was being sawn within. He rolled and groaned in extreme agony. Rama turned towards Kaikeyi. Mother, it will happen as you have contemplated. I am reverentially placing on my head the promise made by my father. It is enough if father draws me near him as he is so lovingly used to, speaks to me affectionately and blesses me. Well, if I am at least told that I don't deserve these, that I have not earned that merit, I will accept it without demur and with equal joy and satisfaction. Father always wishes the best for me. He blesses me always and desires that I progress ever. He is a great seer. For me, he is not only the father, but the preceptor who teaches the highest path. What responsibility and duty have I, other than conferring joy on him, who is both father and teacher? This is my dearest duty, my dharma. I will derive immense spiritual bliss in the forest for 14 years. Not merely 14. If father's wish is such, I am prepared to live all my life in the forest itself. But why does father hesitate to tell me about the two boons? This is what pains me. Will I ever say no to what he says? Rama is the servant and support of the parental word, not its opponent. Is there any act of gratitude nobler than dedicating this body, which was received from the Father, to his service alone? I will offer it with spiritual bliss. I am not one who waits to be told to do so. Mother, why didn't you mention to me that Bharata is to be crowned? I and my brother, there is no difference between us. We know no distinction among ourselves. Also, why do you say so? This is your father's command. Do I ever disobey your command? No, never. Whether you or my father says it, I unhesitatingly carry it out. I leave Ayodhya this very day and go to the forest. Mother, send proper messengers to bring Bharata back. It is best to get him quickly. If my moving into the forest and Bharata's coronation happen at the same time, father will be saved from physical strain, mental anxiety, and a sense of void. And you too can be fully content. Who can say how events will shape themselves? When Kaikeyi heard these words of Rama, she was filled with happiness and apprehension. She feared what might happen if Bharata arrived while Rama was still in the city, and concluded that it was best to insist on Rama leaving for the forest that very day. She replied, Rama, it is possible to make arrangements to get Bharata to Ayodhya, but there is no need for you to stay here until he arrives. Since you have decided to start the hermit life, why should you delay your departure? The longer the start is delayed, the longer your return is delayed. You get ready to leave even now. Your father is eager to tell you this himself, but he is unwilling to express his command directly. Though his heart insists that he should say it, he is bothered by a sense of shame, for he loves you much. He is reluctant to inform you of his promise to me. That is the reason for his distress. He has no other grief. The quicker you leave, the sooner he will recover from agony. Until you leave, I am afraid he won't take food or bath. So, if you yearn to restore his happiness, the sooner you depart, the better. Dasharatha, lying prostrate on the bed, heard Kaikeyi's heart-piercing words and couldn't contain his anger and sorrow. He burst into indistinct fury. Fie on you, traitorous demon! Turning to Rama, he cried, Rama, Rama! Twice and fainted again. Rama sat on the bed with the head of his father on his lap. He stroked the forehead and consoled and comforted him with sweet lovingness. He spoke to Kaikeyi, Mother, I am not a covetous fellow poisoned by worldly ambition. I have no desire to win over the people and establish my rule over the kingdom. I wish to live like a hermit. I yearn to foster and maintain righteousness, that is all. I have only one more resolve, to confer joy on my most revered father. To realize these three objectives, I have prepared to undertake any task. A son has no greater duty, no higher good than serving the father. Mother, though father has not directly spoken to me, you are telling me what his command is, aren't you? That is quite enough. Besides, you are speaking in his very presence, and despite his hearing what you say, he is unable to alter or deny anything. Therefore, I infer that your words are virtually his. So, I bow to the order and will leave as directed. Mother, I have one little wish, which I hope you will fulfill. When Bharata rules the empire, see that he obeys father's orders in every way and that he contributes to father's joy and satisfaction by his acts. For me, for Bharata, indeed for every son, there is nothing more holy and fruitful than the vow of filling the heart of the father with contentment and happiness. Service of the father is the son's eternal duty. Rama fell prostrate and touched Kaikeyi's feet. Dasharatha, who heard his son, writhed as if the dharma that Rama expounded and the equanimity that he revealed aroused his love even more and thus aggravated his sorrow beyond control. Knowing that Rama would not stay in Ayodhya any longer, he lost all sense of propriety and status. He shouted, Rama! And slumped on the hard floor. Women in their quarters heard the thump and were stunned into grief and wonder. They lamented loudly among themselves at the turn of events. Rama realized that it was not advisable to delay any longer. He prostrated before his father and touched his feet. Then he walked out of the apartment. Lakshmana was standing at the door, listening to the words spoken inside the room. He was in tears. He was furious with Kaikeyi and angry with father. He found it impossible to give expression to his feelings. So he followed Rama with arms folded, head bent low, and eyes on the ground. End of Chapter 11, Part 1. Sai Ram.
राम सीता राम सीता राम, राम सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम। श्री राम जी की महिमा अपार, राम जी की महिमा अपार। सुन लो तो बेड़ा पार, सुन लो तो बेड़ा पार। श्री राम जी की महिमा अपार, राम जी की महिमा अपार। श्री राम नीरज नयना मुखारविंदा, श्यामल छवि अति सुंदर राम। करुणा स्वरूप श्री राम, निर्मल स्वभाव श्री राम। करुणा स्वरूप निर्मल स्वभाव, भक्तों के प्राण गुणशीलवान। नीरज नयना मुखारविंदा, श्यामल छवि अति सुंदर राम। रविकुल मंडन दशरथ नंदन, मुनि मनरंजन नयन विराम। राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। श्री राम जी की महिमा अपार, राम जी की महिमा अपार। जय जय श्री राम, जय जय श्री राम, जय जय श्री राम। जिनकी कृपा ने आकर बितारे, एक ही बाण ने दुष्ट संहारे। सानी pani pani pa ma pa ma ga ma ga sa ni sa ga ma pa ni da pa ga sa ni sa ga ma pa ni pa sa sa pa ni pa ma sa ni pa ma ga sa ga ma pa ni da 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 pa। जिनकी कृपा ने पाथर बितारे, एक ही बाण ने दुष्ट संहारे। चरणों की धूल ने पापी उधारे, जन्मदिन उन्हीं का मना लो आज, जन्मदिन उन्हीं का मना लो आज। मुबारक हो सबको जन्मदिन की रात। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।